Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are here with a story. It actually happened a couple of days ago, but just now getting to it. But yeah, it's supposed to be Friday's video, but last Friday. Anyway, um, what we're talking about today is a shooting in Tallahassee. Here I have up from the local CBS affiliate, 4 people shot at Tallahassee apartment complex. And it starts out with 4 people were shot at an apartment complex of Ocala Road in Tallahassee Friday night, according to the Tallahassee Police Department. Officers responded to the apartment complex along the 1300 block of Ocala Road around 11:30 Friday night, per a Tallahassee Police Department watch commander. All 4 victims were taken to the hospital for treatment, although the extent of injuries at that time was unknown. Let's see. Okay, the TV crews spotted more than a dozen Tallahassee Police Department vehicles at Acasa Ocala Apartments. Officers were working the scene as rain poured down around midnight. Crime tape was stretched across several parking lots. The overnight watch commander originally told WCTV that 5 people were shot. They've since learned that the total number of people shot was 4, but the story has been updated to reflect the latest information. Okay, so that's all in that particular article. This is from the local ABC affiliate there. New details on the 4 people shot at the Tallahassee apartment complex. Let's see. Tallahassee Police Department is investigating a late night shooting. It happened, according to Tallahassee Police Department. They got the call around 11:56 Saturday afternoon. Tallahassee Police Department identified those shot as 2 women, a man, and a 4th person they're calling a juvenile male. As for how the shooting started, Tallahassee Police Department says an early investigation shows that 2 groups had gotten into a physical altercation before shots were fired. While suspects have not been named, Tallahassee Police Department did take both the man and the juvenile who were shot into custody. While the suspects have not been named, Tallahassee Police Department did take both. This is the second apartment complex shooting in Tallahassee in the last 24 hours. So, yeah. So that more than likely is a completely different shooting I was trying to find than the one we have. But yeah, 24 hours. NPR's Juana Summers talks with Mataki Akbar, president of the Tallahassee branch of the NCAA, about the Jacksonville shooting. Okay, so this is about a shooting in Jacksonville, which is probably fairly close to Tallahassee, in which a white gunman killed 3 black people and then himself. So yeah, that's the actual shooting story I wanted to get a hold of, not the one where there was the altercation there. But yeah, the story I was wanting to talk about is that one where there was a white supremacist shooter. They are continuing to follow updates from Jacksonville. A gunman there opened fire over the weekend in a mass shooting, killing 3 people and then himself. All of those who were killed were black, and the shooter, who was white, posted his racist views online. The Justice Department is now investigating the shooting as a hate crime, and this is happening against a backdrop of political tension around the state of Florida, as Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis prepares to address the community at a prayer vigil on Sunday. The crowd began to boo, some people yelling at his policies were to blame for the shooting. So yeah, even the people there in Jacksonville who suffered from this, I was thinking it was from Tallahassee, I don't know why, but yeah, Jacksonville. Ron DeSantis goes down there, thoughts and prayers. We don't need you freaking thoughts and prayers, we need gun reform. Thoughts and prayers do no good. I may as well flap my arms every time something bad happens. If I flap my arms hard enough, we can fix things. Anyway, let's see. Scroll down here. Let's bring in Mataki Akbar, president of the Tallahassee branch of the NAACP. So that might be why I was confused. Because like I said, Tallahassee branch, even though the shooting itself may have been in Jacksonville. So ignore the first few minutes of that video where I was reading. But he says, thank you for having me. She goes, so I just want to start with your reaction to this shooting. What have you been hearing from those around you as the more details have come out? The reaction is sad, it's troubling, and it brings on a sense of anger. Also, that these types of heinous acts are still happening in 2023. Oh, the age of Trump only brought us back about 50 years, so. As we mentioned earlier, Governor DeSantis was booed at that prayer vigil on Sunday, and people in the crowd were putting blame on his policies. And we should just point out here is Governor DeSantis has loosened state gun laws in Florida. So yeah, I mean, honestly, why? Why loosen gun laws? I want to buy me a rocket launcher. Okay. Are you a legal, natural-born American? Yep. Nice. Here's your rocket launcher with extra rockets. So fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Honestly, I've stated this before. Shotguns rifles, handguns. If you like to hunt, if you need home defense, that's fine. If you want to practice shoot, wonderful. I've got no problem with people collecting them. But there are certain weapons. It's like, why? What are you going to use it for? What? What are you going to use it for? That's why I feel certain types of weapons should only be kept in certain places. Your assault weapons, high power weapons like that, keep them at gun ranges or weapon armories for like National Guard or any other military branches. Other than that, the only reason you should have a gun like that, you know what? It may be fine if you own it as long as you don't have bullets. Some people say, well, they could just manufacture their own bullets. You know, if you just want to own one, just as part of a collection, fine. But other than that, you don't need it for anything. You want to go practice shooting, rent one out to shoot at a gun range. Period. You know, you don't need it for home defense. You don't need it for hunting. Why would you have it otherwise? And we end up with situations like this, where we have a number of people gunned down because some racist prick, was like, I'm going to follow my stupidity and kill people just because, my penis is tiny. Honestly, that's what it feels fucking like. I don't see how a person can have so much hate in their heart for an individual that is of a different race because they didn't choose. I want to be African American. It just baffles me. But that's the story I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Ridiculous. And the guy apparently tried to get onto a college campus, but he wasn't on that. He wasn't allowed in, and so he went to a place of business right near the campus, and yeah, it is ridiculous. It's baffling as hell, man. Why? What does that accomplish? Other than passing along evil. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to give some thoughts on this because honestly, we should be past this kind of thing. And yet it still happens. Because some people love their guns so much, I'm surprised they don't fillet them. Just disgusting. Anyway, I'll go ahead and end this disappointing video here. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting these, well, I'll just try to put the last one in there because first two were not the same thing. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.